Well. Welcome back to another episode of the Fuck Dump Podcast, a podcast where I scream into the void for an indeterminate amount of time. God, I was about to go to bed, and I don't know, I had the itching urge to sit down in front of this microphone again and just jock your ear off for, I don't know, like 10 minutes, who knows. I guess it's part of me now. This podcast it's a part of my every being, and if I can't express myself to you, I just don't feel like I can go on anymore. Or maybe I'm just trying to gain a consistent schedule to further grow my fan base. Who knows? I could be lying. I could be telling the truth. Let's find out. How about you listen to another 20 episodes before you make that decision? But seriously, I kind of don't give a shit about this podcast, but I mean, I get a handful of listeners every time I post one of these, so I mean that's pretty cool, and I appreciate you for listening. I mean, I'm not gonna say this often, or maybe I will. I don't know. If you like me and you like hearing me talk, go ahead and like let somebody know about me, and then maybe you both can listen to me fucking talk about bullshit and stuff like that. You know, yeah, it's almost 1 in the morning, and I was supposed to go to bed like almost 2 hours ago. I just gotten off of a nice long conversation with my lovely lady, and I don't know, it got me thinking about some stuff in my life. It's weird. The job I'm at now, I mentioned earlier that it doesn't pay a lot of money, and I mean, working there isn't like the greatest perk. Like I mentioned, I deal with a lot of rat poop. I probably didn't specify what I do, but I work in a pet department, and I deal with the animals and selling them and cleaning up after them and making sure they're alive. I mean, I make sure these animals live in the most bare minimum conditions. So like, I'm just keeping them alive, not like sickly, but they're alive, they're healthy. It's just, I'm not a specialty guy, and it has its perks. I get to play with cute little animals. There's this guinea pig I like. His name's Nibbles. I call him Nini. He seems to like me, and I like petting him. And he's bitten a lot of people, so that's pretty metal right there. If nobody buys Nibbles, if I didn't have any gerbils right now, I would buy Nibbles. I would keep this little man for myself, and I'd feed him treats. I mean, this job, it doesn't pay great, and I don't know what to expect. I'm past my 6 months. Should I ask for a raise? People say I should ask for a raise, but like I mentioned earlier as well, I'm not the greatest employee, so maybe I don't deserve a raise. Who knows? And with this fucking job, I mean, man, you would be surprised the amount of shitheads that come in to order pets or like to buy a pet. It's just, let me lay something down on the line for you. If you're going to buy a pet, bargaining is not the first thing that should be on your mind. Okay, if you're gonna come in here and ask what the pet needs, and I tell you, and I'm being generous with what I'm telling you, you don't get to decide, well, that's pretty expensive. I could get, I mean, you could get it cheaper somewhere else, but don't fucking complain like, oh man, that's a lot of fucking money. Maybe I don't want to, maybe I'll just get like the cheapest shit I can get so I don't have to maintain this animal. And it's like, buddy, come on, man. It's just, and it's like, the people do this with goldfish, They complain about how much money they're spending on a goldfish, and I'm like, dude, goldfish are so easy to take care of. Goldfish can live for like 40 years if you take it right, you fucking asshole. And some people will bring their pets home. I've had gerbils. Okay, I bought gerbils from the store, and I've kept them alive and well. They just had 3 babies. I've kept these gerbils alive and well for 6 months, probably a little bit longer than that, And these people will take gerbils home, and within the week or maybe even the month, they'll be dead, and they'll come to me like, yo man, your gerbils must be sick, or like something must be wrong with them or something like that. And it's like, buddy, these gerbils, you know what I do with these gerbils? I feed them and I water them and I change their bedding, and that is it. And they can stay alive for more than 2 months. That's a you problem, my friend. That is a you problem. Don't come to me, your friendly neighborhood pet guy, for your fucking problems, man. I've had customers frequently kill rabbits, gerbils. I just had one come in. She's killed 5 gerbils, 2 rabbits, and then she came in and bought a Pac-Man toad. It's a certain kind of toad, and it's like, I can refuse service to these people, but I am not socially equipped for that kind of confrontation, and I feel like I should be able to stand my ground as the the like the premier pet department guy. That is my title. I work pets department. And I feel like as that guy, I should be able to stand my ground and say, no, you cannot buy these pets. You fucking psychopath. Get out of my store. You know? And I don't know, man. That's one of the shitty parts about this job is knowing I'm probably being very irresponsible by selling to irresponsible people. The poster child for an irresponsible pet owner is a mom who basically cannot give enough of a shit about getting this pet, and a child who's just over the fucking moon about getting this goldfish or this gerbil. I had a mom come in yesterday with her daughter, did not give a shit. I mean, she was looking just for the cheapest setup she could for goldfish. You know, goldfish you could put in a bowl and just keep alive. She killed 2 goldfish overnight. I don't know what she did. I told her exactly what to do. And she comes in, he's like, yep, I got 2 dead goldfish. Didn't even bring the receipt. So she couldn't even get refunded. And then she bought 2 more goldfish. If these die too, we're going to have a problem. Because how are you killing goldfish this fast? You know, I kept these goldfish overnight, and you can't? You fucking weirdo. It's just baffling sometimes. Another thing about this job is that, like, customers who come in to get exotic pets or just customers coming to get pets in general are fucking weirdos. You know, they are batshit crazy sometimes, and you cannot hone in on their personalities because they're just so off the wall. I get fucking druggies who come in. Druggies primarily want fish, rats for the reptiles, and crickets for the reptiles. And it's usually druggies who want that kind of bullshit. Rich people, they just want fish. Rich people just want fish. They're crazy about fish, especially koi fish. For their precious little koi ponds. Yes, I used to run a koi fish farm where I had all kinds of ryukins and the such. This butterfly fish is actually a rare form of butterfly koi. Yeah, cool, buddy. You want to buy it or not? There's $7.99 a fish. And it's mainly rich people who come in and talk my ear off. And then it's moms who are like, okay, let's get a rabbit for our daughter because she so desperately wants a rabbit, but I don't know how to take care of one. And then I have to sit there and tell the lady the bare minimum to take care of a rabbit, and they end up dead within the month. It's like, I mean, man, what would you do in this situation? Because I'm at the point where I'm at the point where I'm going to bring in a Polaroid camera. I'm going to snap pics of these motherfuckers and hang a wall that says "Do not sell." It's, my God, man, it gets so frustrating, and I guess that's what's been bugging me all day. You know, why I couldn't sleep. It's dealing with such enough. I gotta be really frank and like honestly, it's dealing with such like ignorance and irresponsibility, and that I feel like it really weighs on my conscience. You know, and I hold that in a lot. I'm so desensitized to the sort of thing where it's just become just business to me, and I don't want that to be just business. Where I'm got my nose, where I'm just constantly just shelling out, just what is it, an innumerous amount of animals, just to sell them. I mean, after they leave my hands and leave the store, it's a sale. And if they're past the 24-hour period, that's a successful sale. They don't come back, or if they die, they come back and they buy another. And I don't like treating animals like merchandise. If that's the bottom line, I don't like treating animals like merchandise. And that's the problem with me too, because live animals to me are such a treat. Especially before I started working at this job, I thought rats were very disgusting. Even just common like pet rats, I thought they were gross. I didn't like them. You know, their tails freaked me out. I mean, we've had rats that bit, so I was so off put by them. But once I started working at the store, and interacting with rats was a staple of my job, man, you better believe that some of these rats become some of my closest little buddies. I mean, rats are, it's people usually know that rats are smart. Among their own species, rats are pretty smart, and you know we use them closely related to testing because they're so closely related to us in DNA, but I mean, in their own right, rats are smart. They're sweet. They're funny. They like to do stuff. They got those little grabby hands. And you may find rats disgusting. That's okay. I did too. You know. But once you interact with a rat, at least for me personally, once I interacted with a rat, and I saw how nice and sweet it could be, and like how it did stuff. Did you know? Fun fact. Did you know you can tickle a rat, and they laugh at such a frequency that we can't hear it? Is that not the most wholesome and adorable thing you've ever heard? I did it once. I found a rat's tickle spot. I scratched his little booty and made his leg kick, and that's fucking cool. And I had this one experience a couple months into the job. I sold, it's what we call a jumbo rat. I sold a jumbo rat, and she was such a cutie. I found out later she was a she because she had a litter of babies, a little litter of rat puppies, and fucking a lady came in. She wanted to buy it, and she wanted me to pre-kill her. I was like, sorry, I will not do that. So she says, well, I can do it. And I'm like, okay. So I hear her slip the rat into a poly bag. It's like a big plastic bag we used to put fish in or something like that. And I just start hearing her wail it on the ground just to knock it out and kill it. And I hear her under her breath go, oh, please, sweetie, just die. And, fucking shit. That's like tearing at my heartstrings. That's my little buddy. And then she comes out. She goes, okay, it's done. I'm like, oh, like my heart broken in pieces. I'm on the verge of tears. Oh, man, that sucks. She just became a mom. And she dead ass looks at me and she says, oh, well, I wouldn't have did this if I knew she just became a mom. And I wanted to just fucking punch her in the mouth right there. I knew it wasn't her fault, but oh my God, my heart was torn out of my chest. Once that lady left, I was in tears. It was the worst. And, it sucked. I ended up giving the babies to another mommy rat who took him in, which was great. But, man, it's like, it's an emotional toll. And eventually that moment it's just become a story. And now I'm numb to it. I've become friends with rats and just dumped them right in a box and given to customers to feed to their snakes. And it's like, what can you do? You can't befriend every rat. You can't save every rat because snakes got to eat too, And that sucks. You're treating live animals as merchandise. I mean, we sell frozen rats, but some people want to watch their snakes eat the rats because some people are sadistic and weird and they love watching small little animals be killed by big, powerful creatures. And I feel like that says a lot about someone's personality. How they love watching something small and innocent just be absolutely destroyed. And I'll be honest, it's fascinating. It's fascinating watching a snake eat a mouse, but I mean, I don't derive pleasure out of it. I mean, you watch the snake strike, you're like, whoa, holy shit. But after that, it's like, oh man, that poor mouse. And you're watching the snake just swallow it slowly. And it's like, fuck, I gotta look away. And that's just me. Call me a pussy if you want, but man, that's kind of sad if you think about it. Your snake's gotta eat, but show a little compassion for the mouse or the rat or something like that, God, I mean, I've owned a snake before, and I've seen it eat shit. I was young, but I've seen it eat shit, and it's cool. All right, I'll give you that. It's cool. But if you're gonna be one of those assholes that comes in with your wife, I've seen a lot of this. Old couple, not old, like we'll say like 60, and the lady, the nice sweet lady, she'll walk by, our rabbits, and be like, oh, they're so sweet. Oh, look at them. Oh, look at the little rabbits. And the old men, always, like 99% of the time, we go, was it snake food? You can boil that up, put it in a pot. That's food right there. You can make a rabbit stew. yeah. And it's like the old lady's like, no, it's not. No, it's a lovely little rabbit. And he's like, oh, we're gonna chop that up and eat it. And like, dude, what the fuck? Your wife is clearly having a moment, and like, indulge her. Is this what you like at home? Like, come on, man. Like, just let her have this. It's a sweet little rabbit. And dudes like sweet little rabbits too. It's not just a female thing. Like, I love sweet little rabbits. I talk sweet to little baby rabbits all the time. It's fun. They're cute. So why you gotta come in here and kind of like shoot her down like that? And she looks like dejected. She's like, that's my husband, I guess. I'm married to him forever because whatever. And fucking shit, man. So I guess in summation, the pet department is kind of a big old stinky shit pile sometimes, and you just gotta deal with it because a job's a job. It's like my dad always says, if you find a job picking pepper out of fly shit, you take it. And I'm getting to the point where I'm looking on Monster.com to pick a pepper out of fly shit. Because I got to tell you, if their hourly wages are better than mine, I'm jumping ship. You know, god damn, it's fuck customer service, man. It's a wild ride. So, I guess that's really all I had to say. Just had to get it all out. And I mean, if you listen to the whole thing and you relate to customer service, because it's kind of prevalent in today's world, to customer service jobs. Hats off to customer service jobs. I've worked 4 of them, and they've all been shit. So, I mean, if you relate, that's cool. Like I said earlier, tell a friend if you want. I mean, it is the Fucked Up Podcast. I realize when I say it fast, it sounds like fucked up. So, welcome to the Fucked Up Podcast. So, you don't have to specify. You could say the Fucked Up Podcast, because who fucking, I mean, I don't give a shit, really. I mean, it's cool that you're listening, but at the end of the day, if there were no listeners, I'd record anyways. So, I mean, that's really all I have to say. Thanks for listening to the Fucked Up Podcast. Have a good night.